So I promise you, I had no intention of making this video. I just assumed that the Spurs were just young kids. You know, you act, you do dumb things when you're kids. I figure, they're gonna mature, they're gonna learn. Um, and then I heard what Wemby said after Game 5. He said that the Spurs were the dominant team and that the only reason they lost were some errors. For somebody who tries to cultivate the image of being self aware, stoic, and intellectual, he kind of fails at all three of those with those statements. So let's tackle them one by one. The Spurs were dominant. By what reference? Basketball is a game that's played in a time frame, right? So if at the end of that time frame, 4 out of 5 games, you ended up on the wrong side of that equation, in what world can you call yourself dominant? Remember, it didn't go 7. It ended in 5. You didn't win a single game on your home court. In what world is that dominant? Now, you might say the first quarters were dominant. That's an argument. The Spurs pretty much dominated every first quarter. But then the pattern was usually there was parity in the second quarter, parity for some of the third quarter. Towards the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter, the Knicks dominated. So then it kind of cancels out, right? So I don't understand by what criteria you can claim dominance. And you made some errors. That's a very interesting way to rephrase what happened. The Spurs blew double-digit leads in all 5 games. All 5 of them. Even the one they won, they blew a double-digit lead and Knicks cut it to 2 with, I think, less than a minute left. A little something I learned. So before this year, there were 22 times in the finals where a team had led by more than 20 points at halftime. You want to know what the record was up until this year? 22-0. Do you know what the margin of victory was? 21. Those aren't errors. That's a collapse. Okay, if you're blowing double-digit leads 5 straight games, that's not an error. That's not an aberration. That's continual collapse. So yeah,